Right, job to do today. What we've got to do today. So we've got a problem with the van. It's one we've sold. Obviously he lives locally. So it's this eldest signature.
Hi, you alright?
He lives locally. So he phoned us up last week and said he's got a problem with his grill not staying lit. I popped round to his house, had a quick look at it, and it could be one or two faults. It could be the thermomagnetic valve behind the tap, or it could be the thermocouple. So we'll just light the grill and we'll just show you what's happening. So there we are, we've got the grill lit. Now I'm holding the button in, and then we should hold it in and we should release and it should stay lit, and it isn't. I've tried it without the knob on, because if you take the knob off, try it without the knob on, sometimes the knob presses on too far and that could be the problem. In this case it isn't. So what I did the other day when I called at his house, fortunately we've got a separate oven grill and we've got a separate hob. So what I did was I lifted the hob up and I could actually get at the back of the valve, that valve there, and twiddle the thermocouple just in case it was loose. And guess what? It wasn't. So I've ordered a thermocouple, but I've also ordered a new valve assembly, because it'd be one or the other. So we'll go through the process now of exchanging it, but we'll diagnose which it is first. So watch this space. Right, so these are the parts we've got. It comes actually as a kit, so you order a thermocouple kit which comes with a new electrode anyway. And we've ordered a gas valve because it's either the thermocouple that's at fault, or on the end of your gas valve there you've got a thermomagnetic valve. So basically that plugs into there, and then when your thermocouple's heated up it should keep that valve open. So it could either be the thermomagnetic valve or the thermocouple itself. So it's a process of elimination. Now the first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove the hob, because we can access the top of this oven unit through the hob. May not have to take the oven unit out, but we'll see. So what I've done down there, you see your isolations. I've actually isolated the hob, so I can disconnect the hob, and then we'll work from there. We've got 4 screws that hold the hob down, so we'll undo these. Now we can lift the hob up and we can get access to there. Now we've got a gas connection there, which I'm going to disconnect the gas. As you've seen, I've turned the gas off, so we need something to prop that up with. Bit of kitchen roll there. Something a bit firmer than that. We use the grill pan. Right, so a bit more substantial to hold it up for us. So we'll disconnect the hob. There's a bit more room to work. As you can see, I've moved the hob to one side to give us some access. That's where the thermocouple goes into the back of the grill. That's where it's connected onto the tap assembly. It also goes to an overheat stack there, and then another probe down there. So what we're going to do is slacken the oven off, slide the oven forward to give us better access. Alright, as I'll just show you now, you've got 3 devices that run off this thermocouple. you've got overheat stat there, and then you've got a little micro switch there. You see the micro switch? What the micro switch for is to, if I close the grill door now, you see the micro switch operates and that will cut the gas off. It's a safety device, so you can't use the grill with the grill door shut. And that's where your thermocouple enters the back of your grill there. So we're going to disconnect the thermocouple, disconnect the leads there, unplug it off there, and then we'll try a new thermocouple. Hopefully the job should be right. Right, so I've disconnected the thermocouple from the overheat stats, from the safety cuts off, and from the back of there. So I've got those leads there now. Now goes into the back of the grill, which I'll put a light in there so you can see. And there's your thermocouple back there. I just want to get a spanner now. We'll remove that, remove all the thermocouple, and then replace with the other one. So the thermocouple's removed, as you can see. I've got the old one there, so we'll put that to one side, and now we shall fit the new thermocouple and we'll test it and see if everything's okay. Right, we've connected up there and onto the safety device. Thermocouple's back into the back of the grill. So what we'll do now is we'll try the grill and we'll know whether it was a thermocouple or whether we've got to replace the gas valve. So we'll turn it on, light the grill, grill's lit, hold it in for about 20 seconds, release, and hey presto, the grill is now working perfectly. So we now know that it was the thermocouple and not the gas valve. So this is not a DIY job, as you can tell. We've had to disconnect the hob, yeah. We've also had to slide the oven out, which had enough on the pipe work. What I will be doing when I replace everything, it's be no good just connecting the hob up, turn it back on and spray that to see if there's any leaks. That won't tell me anything, because obviously the pipe's been moving, it could have disturbed something beyond there. So what we will be doing, we'll be putting a pressure test on the vehicle from the gas locker. We'll test right throughout the vehicle, and as I say, not really a DIY job. I wouldn't advise people unless you know what you're doing. I've been in the gas industry over 50 years, so I don't think I'm going to blow myself up. So that's replacing a thermocouple on a grill. As you can see, it's worth having it done by a professional. Not a thing I'd like people to try and do on their own, just to save a few quid. Could end up disastrous. So we'll get the oven and everything screwed in now. We'll get the hob replaced, and then what I will do then is show you how I'm putting a test on the vehicle to make sure that there is no leaks. Right, so it's now time to put everything back together. We know it's all working, so we're all back together. Hob's back in place, not screwed in yet. We'll do a final check, so we'll make sure, because we had the hob out, we'll make sure it's all working. That's that one lit, it stays on. That one lit and stays on. Lit and stays on. Now just check the grill. And there's the grill lit. You can just see the thermocouple at the back. The grill's staying on perfect. And we'll try the oven as well, because we've had it all out. So light the oven. Oven stays on. So we're all done. All we've got to do now is I'll secure the hob, and then we'll get the gas test equipment and we'll put a gas test on, make sure there's no gas leaks on the vehicle, and then we're all done. It can go back to the customer. Now the job's finished, we now get this bit of kit, which is the test gauge, and we go out to the gas locker, and if you see there we have the regulator and we have a test point on here which we connect up to. Right, so we've connected the gauge to the regulator. What we'll do now is we'll slowly increase the gas to 30 millibar. And what we're doing now is we'll now leave it for 1 minute to settle, and then a 2-minute test, and if that stays where it is, that means we've got no leaks. So we'll come back to that in 3 minutes, and I'm quite satisfied there that we have no leaks. So we've not disturbed any other pipe work, and now we can pass this gas off as sound. So that there now, we now have the job finished. New thermocouple on the grill, and one happy customer. Just a case of packing all the tools up, give the customer a ring, tell him his van's ready to collect.